Hello there, and welcome to the How to Market Your Horse Business podcast with Denise Alvarez. I am your host, Denise, and I'm so glad you're joining me here today. Now, before we jump into the meat of today's episode, I will quickly introduce myself just in case we are new friends, and then we will jump right into helping you figure out if marketing coaching is for you and what that actually looks like so you can make the best decision for you and your equestrian business. All right, so first, as I said, my name is Denise, and through my business, Storm Lily Marketing, I get to help dream-chasing horse business owners like you to see clearly through the marketing overwhelm and create a cohesive plan for your social media, your website, and your email marketing that's going to help you turn your online audience into your customers. I do that through Take the Reins, my one-on-one coaching program, as well as website design and website copywriting. And this podcast, of course, as well. And I do each of these things because my heart truly is to help you, to equip you, to give you what you need to do so that you can be out doing what you truly love. And so that's why, especially here on the podcast, you will get a mix of step-by-step strategies and entrepreneurial mindset shifts that will help you not only see what's possible for your horse business, but also to guide you through that process so you can make it happen. And that's what we're going to do here on the podcast today, as we are talking specifically about the ways that you do your marketing, meaning the options you have for DIY or done for you or done with you, and what that really looks like. Now, you may be wondering why. And here's the deal. Being willing to jump in and get the work done is probably one of the best qualities of equestrian entrepreneurs. We know that horse people are willing to do the work, right? But is there a point that going the DIY route is more harmful than helpful for your horse business? That's the question I want you to consider. Could you be holding yourself back or even moving your marketing in the wrong direction by going it alone? Now, with so much online education these days, including this podcast, that's at your disposal, at your fingertips, you've got the knowledge, you have the access. And that is a wonderful thing. And for many of you, you've taken that knowledge and you've really made a difference in your equestrian business. I know that because I've been watching you and I'm seeing what you're doing and how you are applying what you're learning right here on the podcast. But when it comes to applying that knowledge in order to grow your business long term, to really have a strategy in place and not just be piecemealing things for the meantime, then sometimes that application can be a little bit tricky or just flat out frustrating. Or maybe you're at a point where you're saying, I want to up level. I've done the DIY, but I'm ready to up level and have a more premium experience for my customers. What does that look like? So the question is, how do you know if it's time to get some help with your marketing? And what's the difference between hiring someone to do it for you and getting a coach to guide you and do it with you? That's what we're going to talk about in this episode. You're going to learn 3 options you have for marketing your equestrian business, why another online course is not the answer to your marketing woes, and what does marketing coaching even look like, and is it for you? Now, if we are not new friends, you will know that I always want you to have your own personal version of success as your filter for making decisions for your equestrian business. And that means moving towards your goals and knowing what your goals are. So if you have not yet grabbed my free goal setting cheat sheet, I would invite you to do that because those goals are what's going to give you that added clarity as you are making these kinds of decisions for your equestrian business. You can head over to stormlily.com/goals to grab that at any time. Or of course, you can head to the show notes for this episode, which is stormlily.com/124 for episode 124. And of course, I'll also have the highlight of this episode on the show notes. So if you're someone who likes to take notes and you want to make sure you didn't miss anything, you can head to the show notes and I'll have a list there for you of everything you're about to learn in this episode. All right, let's get started. We're going to talk about why DIY marketing may not be working for you and why you just need to buckle up and get a marketing coach, right? Just like in every sport, whether it is equestrian or not, right? We have barrel racing coaches, we have dressage, we have jumping, we have all the things, right? Because we all at times need a coach. And the same is true for your marketing. So I know that that's not as common. So what I want to do today is really break that down for you, talk about the different options that you have as an equestrian business owner for marketing your horse business, why online courses may or may not be the best option for you, and what does marketing coaching actually look like, and is it a fit for you? Okay. All right. So let's jump in. 3 different options, 3 different ways that you have available to you to get marketing accomplished in your equestrian business. We are jumping into this with the assumption that you understand as a business owner, as an equestrian entrepreneur, you have a responsibility to market your business if you want to hit your goals, okay? You can't just sit on the sidelines. Marketing is not optionable, okay? Optionable? It's obviously Friday. Marketing is not optional, okay? So that being said, what are your options? All right, number 1, your first option is to do the complete DIY approach. Do it yourself. Now, as a horse business owner, I know that you are not afraid to roll up your sleeves and get to work. So what does this mean when you choose the DIY route? It means that you're most likely taking some online courses to learn what you don't know, hanging out on YouTube, right? Again, to learn what you don't know. You are following the latest marketing gurus, online marketing experts, Facebook ad experts, all the things, trying to come up with a system that you think and hope, cross your fingers, will work to help you book new clients online, right? Or to whatever it is for you, right? Sell more of your products, get more app downloads, okay? Whatever it is, you know that marketing's not a choice that you have, right? You're like, I need to market my business if I want to do well. So therefore, I'm going to dig in my heels, I'm going to roll up my sleeves, and I'm going to take in hours and hours of online education, and I'm going to figure this thing out. That's the DIY approach, okay? So you have that option as a business owner. You have that option to spend your time hanging out on all the places, reading the books, listening to the podcast, How to Market Your Horse Business podcast, right? I hope you're hanging out there. And I love that. I'm totally a fan of learning. But here's what happens in the DIY approach is you are spending a bunch of your time there that you could be spending doing other things that could serve your business well. It also means you're lacking a strategy. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Okay. So DIY, the option you have is to do it yourself, right? That means you're creating all the content yourself, creating videos, reels, deciding when and how you're going to post on social. Are you going to do email marketing? All the things. Okay. Now, the next option that you have is done for you. Okay. Now that is the complete opposite, right? So do it yourself versus done for you. Done for you is most common right now in social media. Now, when it comes to marketing as a whole, of course, it's logical that you're going to get your website done for you. Caveat, okay? I'm putting a caveat there because there are lots of website builders that are making it easier now. And I actually do find myself talking to more and more entrepreneurs who have said, look, for now, I just jumped in and used a template and here's what I did. So I know some of you are going the DIY route with your website, but specifically with social media, what that means is you're paying somebody $500, $600, $700 a month to create your content. And there are variations of this, right? They may just be posting it. You're doing the engagement. Most often, the packages that I have seen are they create your content and then they turn around and respond to any comments that are on there. And they also are creating a hashtag strategy for you. They are also engaging in other posts for you, right? Trying to build those connections we've talked about here. So done for you means, hey, you can have a more hands-off approach. We'll take care of it for you. And it's going to cost you about $700 a month. So over the course of the year, you could be investing $8,000 to $9,000 in paying somebody to do your social media versus the complete DIY option, which of course is technically free when it comes to the money choices. It's your investment of time most often with the DIY, okay? And then the third option that you have available to you is done with you, Okay. Now, this is where coaching comes in. So marketing coaching is a done with you approach because you have tools and resources available at your fingertips, but I'm not leaving it to you. I'm not emailing you and saying, okay, here you go. Here's all the things you need. Go have fun. Best of luck. Instead, coaching is, let's meet together. Let me walk you through this process. Let me teach you this framework for marketing your equestrian business. And then let me get you the tools and resources and let me show you how it works. I'm going to give you some time to go implement this on your own. I'm available to support you. I'm available to answer your questions when you get stuck, right? You're not having to run to YouTube. You're not having to go ask your friend. You have a marketing expert available to do it with you. Okay. So when it comes to done with you for your marketing, copywriting, launching your services, launching your online products. I know many of you are doing that. Launching your website, getting your website copy in order, auditing the website, email marketing, list building, newsletter content, all of those things, which as a whole can be a lot to learn on your own, right? That DIY approach, it can be a lot. The done with you approach for all of those things, frankly, can become very expensive very easily because there are people that are experts in their own right in each area. And if you're hiring out each one, that can become very expensive financially. If it's worth it, it's a great investment if you're at a place you can do it. But if you're not and you need the support, then that's where marketing coaching comes in because I walk you through each of those things, right? I give you advice. You can email, you can send messages during the time that you are in coaching. It's very much done with you. We share screens when we're on a Zoom call, right? I'm not leaving you alone. It's totally together. So those are 3 options that you have when it comes to marketing your business. You can choose to do it yourself. You can choose to hire it out completely for a done for you, or you can choose the done with you method, which is where you really have the support, you learn, create a system and strategy that you can then implement on your own. Okay. So let's talk about why done with you or do it yourself may not be the best fit for you right now in your business. Now, here's what I'm going to say. I am not one of those people who says you should never do DIY. Okay. And I'm not going to tell you no horse business owner should be hiring out their marketing. What I will tell you is that each of those options, DIY and done for you, if you don't have a clear strategy in place, if you don't have clear messaging, if you are not clear on who you are for, who your audience is, who you want to serve, what lights you up, how you're helping them, all of those things that feed into your strategy and your messaging, if you don't have that taken care of before you hire it out, if you don't have that taken care of before you just start posting here, there, and everywhere because you feel like you're supposed to show up online, then you are investing your time into a place that you're most likely not going to see results. Your time and your money when it comes to the done for you option, right? Because the reality is all of those things can work, but if they land on a website, right? If they land on a website that does not clearly communicate if you are for them or not, does not guide them on a journey to becoming your customer, doesn't get their email address, doesn't show them with social proof exactly why they should trust you, why your method works, why your program works. If all of those things are missing, it's a comprehensive strategy that needs to be in place. And if those things are missing, then you're missing the mark in your marketing, right? I actually talked to somebody this summer who is at that exact place. They had hired somebody for ads. The ads were working and they were getting people to their website, but they couldn't figure out why is nobody joining our camp? Why isn't anybody signing up? Well, their website was not set up to convert people. Number one, it wasn't set up to convert people to camps. And then it really wasn't set up to convert the right people. It was not clear. Who are they for? Is this where you want to be? Is this where you want to ride? Why should you want to be here? What's our philosophy? What sets us apart, right? All of those things. So you can do the DIY approach. You can do the done for you approach. But if you don't have the audience and messaging very clear up front, then it's not going to work for you. Okay. So here's the deal. The education and lack of education is really not the reason your marketing's not working. Most likely. Okay. And even doing the done for you, if somebody's not getting results, it's probably I don't know everybody who you're working with, right? But most often, it's not their fault. Oftentimes, you as a business owner don't have the clarity that you need, right? You're not just lacking the know-how, you're lacking the strategy, you're lacking the accountability, and you're lacking the consistency that's required to get results when you are marketing your equine business online. Okay. And these are the 3 signs that you need to ditch the DIY marketing option and you need to get a marketing coach. All right. So let's talk about each of these just a moment. What are these 3 signs that I'm saying, hey, if this is you, if you're saying yes to this, then DIY is not working for you. Done for you may not be working for you. You may need to invest in coaching so that you can have a strategy that you can implement that you know is going to get you to the right people and help you to book your clients online, bring in new leads online, right? Use that marketing and messaging to your benefit. Okay, number 1, the first sign is that you're lacking strategy. I hinted at this earlier, but many of you know without me even telling you what this looks like, but I'll tell you anyways, and then you can say, yes, that's me, okay? So what does it look like if you're lacking a strategy when it comes to your marketing? Are you posting and having no clue how to connect it to selling, right? Are you creating reels just in hopes that you're going to get likes or views, but that is actually not helping to build your business? Are you collecting email addresses and then never talking to them again because you don't have a strategy in place? Is your website set up in such a way that people land there and they actually are taken on a journey to becoming your customer? If not, you're lacking a strategy, okay? And if you're lacking strategy, no amount of DIY work and just digging in and getting to work is going to fix that. You've got to get that audience honed in. You've got to have a comprehensive strategy for your website, your social media, and your email marketing that can all work together in order to help you build relationships and connections with those right people that are going to become your customers. All right, the second sign that you need to ditch the DIY and get a marketing coach is a lack of consistency. So this may be a lack of brand consistency. And I see this often where I go to the Facebook page and it looks really up to date and like they're doing great things. And then I go to the website and it looks like, wow, that hasn't been touched in 20 years, right? That's a brand inconsistency. So if you have that lack of consistency, you could definitely benefit from marketing coaching and getting in and making sure your messaging is working across the board in all the different places where people are connecting with you. Of course, it may also be an inconsistency with your social media. It may be just the messaging that you're not showing up consistently with messaging. Sometimes it looks really professional. Sometimes it looks like it was just slapped together. Sometimes it has a call to action, like come in and get your first introductory lesson. And sometimes it's very unclear what the purpose of the post even is. And sometimes you just don't show up. You're not consistently showing up. And the same can be true with your email. You may be building an email list, but then inconsistently showing up in their inbox. Or perhaps you don't have a consistent rhythm of building your email list, right? And a consistent way to do that and to serve your audience online. If you don't have a consistency in your marketing, that is a sure sign that marketing coaching is for you. All right, the third sign is a lack of accountability. Now, of course, as equestrian entrepreneurs, I know that it can be lonely, especially in the marketing part, right? It's fun to talk horses with all the people, but not a lot of horse business owners are sitting around talking about marketing for fun or even intentionally, right? And so you don't have somebody asking you how you're doing in that realm. You don't have somebody that's saying, hey, did you get that lead magnet created yet? Did you get it out into the world? Where are you stuck? What can I help you with, right? That accountability is really what's going to help you when it comes to coaching. Take that turn, right? And actually get over the hump where you've been stuck because maybe you feel like you knew what you needed to do, but you just couldn't quite do it. Accountability is going to help you to actually take action and have a plan that you can stick to over time, right? And somebody checking in with you. I hear that often with my coaching clients. They so appreciate that they know on our next call, I'm going to be asking, hey, how did that homework go? Where'd you get stuck? What do we need to fill in before we move on, right? I'm not just creating content and walking you through my framework so that we can leave one step behind. If we don't have step 1 completed, we're not moving on to step 2. Let's get on step 1, get a really good place there. So step 2 builds on that. Step 3 builds on that, right? That's the purpose of a framework. You guys know that with horses, and it's the same way in business. And accountability is where it's really going to make the biggest difference for you. So if you don't have accountability in marketing your horse business and accountability for doing the things that you know are going to move you forward and help you to meet the goals that you have for your equestrian business, then marketing coaching may be exactly what you need. Okay? Because remember, we talked about this in the beginning. Even Olympic riders have coaches. Okay. So coaching is not, and let me just back up, because as I say that, I'm like, yeah. And then there's some of you who are saying, yeah, but I'm not that level. So maybe I don't need to do coaching because I'm not at that level yet in my business. Here's the reality. They have a coach at that level, but they also had a coach early on. And your students, if you're a riding instructor and a coach, you're coaching people, right? At different levels. We always need somebody to step in subjectively, tell us, this is what I see, this is where you're at. Let's help move you to that next level, right? That's what a coach does. So whether you are still a one-person shop entrepreneur or you are building a business and you've got people under you, you need a coach, right? You need a coach. And so that's where marketing coaching comes in. We specifically talk about your marketing and what you can do in your marketing and your messaging to get on the other side of your business, to get even closer to the dreams that you have for your horse business. Now, here's what I will say. I've talked about DIY marketing and done for you marketing and done with you marketing, right? And as I said in the beginning, I believe there's a place for all three of those. What I want you to evaluate is where you are in your business right now. Where are you at? Do you need to get rid of that DIY approach, get serious about marketing your equestrian business and hire a coach? Maybe you are at a level where you're like, Denise, actually, I'm clear, I'm ready, I need it done for you. If that's you, I don't do that, but I have some friends that do in the horse world. They do a great job. So feel free to reach out and I'll give you those referrals. But if instead you're saying, look, before I even hire it out, I need to know I'm solid. I need to know that my messaging is working for me. I need to know that my website is converting. Then that's where marketing coaching comes in. It is done with you. We will do it together. Like I said, in my coaching, it is called Take the Reins. It is a one-on-one, customized, personalized approach to marketing. So we have 3 months together. And in that time, we will create a comprehensive strategy for your social media, your website, and your email marketing. I will work right alongside you to figure out what days of the week you should be posting. What is the content that you should be posting that's going to help people work through the stages of buyer awareness so that they become your customers? What should be going in your email newsletter? What should that look like? I mean, I will literally have you create the template and send it to me, and we will walk through what should be in your email newsletter. What are you going to do when we're finished? What's the strategy that you're going to be able to implement on your own? And then, of course, we look at your website. We're going to audit that together. Like I said, screen sharing. So I literally will share my screen and record our session, and we will walk through the website and talk about things that you can change that will make an immediate impact on converting and turning your website visitors into your customers and your clients. I bring the accountability. I bring the education. I bring the cheering section. I bring the challenge. I will challenge you to get out of your comfort zone, the clarity, the tools and resources that you need. I just ask you to bring the commitment that you are willing to come in and do the work. And when we do the work together, there will be a result that you will love on the other side. You will get to enjoy the fruit of your labor. You will have a customized plan that you can take and apply to market your equestrian business from our time working together on forward. Okay, friends, I hope that was super helpful to you. I know that you have heard me talk more recently about coaching and what that entails and share some stories of business owners and the clarity that they have gotten through that process. And so in case you've been wondering, is that for you? My goal in this episode is that you have ultimate clarity so that you know if coaching might be a fit for you. Now, the other goal that I have for you always is for you to have clarity on where you want to go. And that's always where I start with my coaching clients, because one of the keys to success in your marketing, whether you are going it alone or getting into a coaching program, is knowing where you're headed. And that's something that nobody else can know for you, but certainly I can guide you in that process, right? You need to know your personal version of success for your equestrian business before you make an investment in coaching or anything else. Now, if you are saying, Denise, I actually would love your help with that step, just setting some goals, then make sure that you grab my goal setting cheat sheet at stormlily.com/goals. It's completely free, and it's going to walk you through my simple process so that you can set goals and break them down into actionable, doable steps. Again, that is at the show notes for you too. So if you head to stormlily.com/124 for episode 124, then you can also grab the link for that goal setting cheat sheet, as well as the highlights of today's episode and the link to apply for Take the Reins if that is something that you are interested in or you just want to learn more. All of that can be found at stormlily.com/124. All right. Now, as always, if you have any questions about what I have taught you today on the podcast or things that you are learning from me on social, please feel free to reach out. I love connecting with you all, hearing more about your equestrian business and where I can best be of help and service to you. So connect with me on social at Storm Lily Marketing or shoot me an email at any time. And of course, be sure that you are subscribed to the podcast so that you are notified when there is a new episode available. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me here today. I am cheering you on in your equestrian business. Thank you for trusting me to partner with you in this process, and go have some fun. All right, go get on social, make some connections, make some progress with your business, and meet me back here on the podcast again for a new episode soon. Have an amazing day.